The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The human postponer. They were the master of one phrase. I'll circle back on that. But 3 months later, you were the one doing all their work and wondering how big that circle is. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can take the hiring load off your plate by automating the hiring busy work from the initial job post to scheduling interviews. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
Trading at Schwab is now powered by Ameritrade, bringing you an expanding library of education with even more ways to sharpen your trading skills. Access new online courses, insightful webcasts, articles, engaging videos, and more, all curated just for traders. Plus, guided learning paths with content designed to fit your unique interests. No sifting to find exactly what you need, so you can spend your time learning to trade brilliantly. Learn more at schwab.com/trading.
Have you ever realized that every new adventure begins by leaving something behind? That happened to me on a train leaving Rome for Bari. And it reminded me that sometimes growth begins the moment we're willing to move forward. This is Summit After the Storm podcast, and I'm Bart Wilbanks. After spending several unforgettable days in Rome, it was time to continue our journey. Earlier that morning, we had toured the Colosseum. Now we found ourselves boarding a train headed for Bari, Italy, a city on the Adriatic coast. And I'll admit, Rome was hard to leave. It was everything I'd hoped for. We wandered the Pantheon, threw coins in the Trevi Fountain, climbed the Spanish Steps, stood on the pouring rain during the papal audience. We walked through the Vatican Museum and explored the Colosseum. Every day brought another memory. As the train pulled away from Rome, I watched the city slowly disappear through the window. And it struck me that travel has a rhythm. You spend months planning, days anticipating. Then before you know it, it's time to say goodbye. The funny thing is, we weren't even close to the end of our trip. In many ways, it was still the beginning. We had Greece, Amsterdam, Paris, London, then a few more days in Rome still ahead of us. But we couldn't experience any of that if we refused to leave Rome that day. That thought stayed with me because I think life works the same way. Sometimes we hold on to seasons that were never meant to last forever. A job, a role, a chapter of life. Even good things can become obstacles if we're unwilling to let God lead us into what's next. Leaving doesn't mean you didn't love where you were. Sometimes leaving is exactly what allows you to discover what God has prepared ahead. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 says, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." I love that verse because it reminds me that God works in seasons. Some seasons are meant for planting, others for growing, others for harvesting. And sometimes the season is simply moving. That train ride reminded me that faith often requires movement. Not because we know exactly what's waiting on the other side, but because we trust the one leading us there. Maybe today you're facing a transition, a new job, a graduation, retirement, a move, or simply the closing of one chapter before the next begins. Transitions are rarely comfortable, but they often become the places where we grow the most. As our train continued toward Bari, I didn't know what the next few days would be.
Ever wonder where Tropicana got its name? The tropics. And every time you enjoy a glass, you're not just drinking juice, you're taking a trip. Stepping into sunshine and embarking on a flavorful journey into the tropics where ripe fruit is crafted into wildly delicious juice. And the best part? No passport required. Tropicana. Give life some juice.
I wrote a little song to remind you, Choice Hotels get you more of the experiences you value. The Cambria Hotel's got it all. A rooftop bar, have a ball. Bring a date, your squad, or even your mom. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
I only knew this. God had been faithful in Rome. There was no reason to believe he wouldn't be faithful in Bari too. Sometimes the hardest part of the journey isn't taking the next step. It's letting go of the one before it. If this episode encouraged you, I'd love for you to follow Summit After the Storm on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, YouTube, or wherever you listen. Season 4 follows our family's journey across Europe, discovering timeless lessons from history, culture, faith, leadership, and family. Every destination has a story, and every story has a lesson. Until next time, keep climbing. Poly poly.